I moved around a lot as I was young. I lived here, but then I moved around a lot during high school and stuff. And then I was away at college and would tell people, they'd say, where are you from in Jersey? I'd say Jersey City. They'd think, oh, the waterfront there is beautiful. I said, what waterfront? We don't have a waterfront in Jersey City.
Back when it was sand. Yeah.
Right. So it's pretty amazing what's happened here. I mean, I think there's things about it that are positive. And I think, there's things about it that we need to be cautious about and make sure that we're preserving our communities and the people and the true things that are the roots of our community.
Indeed. Good answer.
That was amazing. I kind of was like caught from it. I was like, what do I say? So, being that, all right, so you said you went away for a while. You went away to college.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Lehigh University in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Lehigh Valley and all my MC friends out there in Allentown doing their thing.
Word up. Shout out to anyone I know in Allentown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you lived in East Stroudsburg, right?
For Stroudsburg.
Oh, just regular Stroudsburg.
Just the hood.
Oh, okay. He can't roll like me. He doesn't roll like me.
She's in every hood.
Every hood.
You even said
waters.
Right. Before I was in the hood in Jersey City, I was hanging out in the hood in Allentown a few years ago as well.
I didn't know Allentown had a hood.
Yeah, they got hoods over there.
They got hoods or they got hoods?
A little bit. Well, depending on how far.
Right. It depends what neighborhood you're in.
They'll tell you the type of hood they wear. So, would you say that
Lehigh University. Yeah.
Lehigh University. Where did you find the spark to start writing? Was it at Lehigh or was it?
No, at St. Joseph's Elementary School on Pavonia.
Wow, the Hill neighborhood,
If
right?
y'all familiar. Hilltop, yeah.
Hilltop.
And I was 10 years old. My mother was dying of cancer. And they sent me down to the guidance counselor, I think at least once a week, to go and work out whatever I was working out. And I began writing stories. I began writing short stories, just expressing, whatever was going on in my little tiny brain at the time. And just from there, I just never stopped. After my mother did pass away from cancer, I kept writing. Short stories evolved into poetry. Poetry evolved into longer stories, and then back into poetry and other things. And that's where I am today. So it was always very therapeutic, and it was just a part of me from being a very young age.
Tragedy sparks something beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Straight
great.
out Father Big Nada.
Yes. Oh my God! How do you know that?
Ooh, black child.
Wow.
Just because we didn't go to St. Peter's don't mean
That was impressive.
Father Pagnata, yes. Shout out to Father Pagnata.
Jersey connection. So I have a question.
Sure.
Who is Miss Phoebe?
Miss Phoebe?
No.
Or Miss French.
What's that?
Oh wow, where did you get this from?
I have really good investigative.
Whoa!
you just can't read. That's okay.
Miss Phoebe was the guidance counselor at St. Joseph's.
Yes, she was.
Man, he named
Believe
dropped.
it or not,
I had to do it too.
I went to teen club there. Shout out Miss Phoebe and Miss French.
Yes.
Now I'm door number one.
Miss Phoebe's here tonight. Oh my
Maybe
God.
Phoebe from Friends. And they're already the wrong one.
Smelly.
Wow, yeah, Miss Phoebe was that guidance counselor that I was talking about. She was the one who first read my stories, and my sister, my big sister Sylvia, shout out to her as well, she hung on to all of them. And after I got bigger and started printing out real books, she brought them back to me and showed me all the original little books I stapled together and wrote my little own, like, about the author in the background, like Lana likes cats and reading,
cool.
with like a picture cut out and like pasted onto the paper. She had saved all those.
Wow.
So do you think those little things you did are kind of like, when you look back, let's start there, when you look back and you see like, little doodles and little stuff you did in your books, you think that was all like led you to write how you do now?
Absolutely. Absolutely, and actually the project that I'm working on right now, I have 2 books of poetry that I've published thus far, and several others in the works, just notebooks upon notebooks of stuff at home that I'm trying to go through. But the next project I'm working on currently is a book specifically of things from high school.
Yeah.
And I kind of, went back and forth on whether or not this is something I should publish or is this just something I'm doing for myself. And it's a bit of both, but the reason why is because that age, I feel like in high school and even parts of college, like when you're just starting to kind of figure out who you are and what you're doing, and that writing, meant something. And though I might not be that age anymore, for the kids that are, currently in high school, I feel like that stuff is universal. And when I came out with my first book of poetry, a friend of mine from high school sent me this piece on Facebook. And I was like, wow, man, that's deep. Thank you for sending that. It's beautiful. She goes, Lana, those are your words. She goes, you wrote that back in high school. Yeah, and I was just like, wow, okay. I said, that was hot.
She was just freestyling.
That inspired me.
So I decided that, it might be worthwhile to kind of put that together. And I'm not going to sell it. I just want to give it out to the high school kids and hopefully inspire those who are interested in writing or interested in whatever they're into to just know that, yes, that absolutely, to answer your question, it does influence who you become down the road. And it is something that carries with you. I feel like it may evolve, but it definitely carries with you.
Yeah. So you said that you have 2 books with you, or you have, what are the titles of those books?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Investigative Reporter, you tell me. Perhaps Miss Phoebe would know the answer to that question.
Miss Phoebe?
Rain and concrete.
Yes. And the other one is?
Guerrilla poetry.
Thank you, Miss Phoebe. Go back in the closet. All right. Can I see that? Word up. So where would our listeners and viewers be able to find?
Yes, sir.
On Amazon, where you can find everything.
That's true.
Google it.
Good answer.